2. Welcome everyone to the day 2 of the Chennai Grand Masters 2023. Today was an exciting day of chess and very exciting because Vishy Anand came here today to make the opening move, and he played the first move in the game of Arjun versus Gukesh. Now this was a big clash today because if you look at the perspective of FIDE circuit, both Arjun and Gukesh have a chance to finish at the top after this tournament if they do well. Now when they were facing each other, what was going to happen? So I'll just show you some initial moves of this game. Gukesh was playing with the white pieces. Arjun was black. It was e4, c5. So Arjun clearly showed that he wants to fight because he lost the first game. So he needed to win. e6, d4, cd, knight d4. And then came the move knight f6, knight to c3 and bishop b4. And this is supposed to be not a very good line as such, like not the most standard line. And the main line goes e5, knight d5 and so on. But Gukesh played bishop d3, which was not the best move because then after d6, castles, knight e2, bishop c5, c3 and e5. It felt like black had a very easy position. You know, he went bishop e6, knight d7 and in the end the game actually ended in a draw. But I would say that Arjun really didn't have to sweat it with the black pieces. This draw is a little bit tricky because on one hand Arjun is now on half out of 2. So his chances of winning this event are slowly reducing if he doesn't score a win. On the other hand, Gukesh is on 1 out of 2. He should be okay with this result, but clearly his play with white pieces was a tad unambitious. Let's go to the next game, which I thought was very interesting. It's the game between Levon Aronian with the white pieces and Parham Maghsoodloo with black. Now this is one crazy game. Here Levon played this very nice move f4. And he's trying to take advantage of the fact that the king is here and he can quickly long castle and build an attack here. e5 played here by Parham, and now Levon played this move, and at this point we had Vishy Anand in the commentary room and he said that this is looking really very this is looking very positive for white, because if you take here knight takes, this is already very dangerous. White is almost winning here, but Parham went e takes f4 and now Levon played this very interesting move long castle, and this was looking very tricky. But now Parham went knight d7 and this was a key move because he is looking at the e5 square, and after g takes f4 here, in came the move pawn takes pawn, very dangerous, but at the same time black takes this pawn with a check, king b1 and knight e5. So somehow black managed to put things together. If you play rook f1, there's queen e3 putting pressure on d3. In the game Levon tried to be a little bit more tricky with g3, but then came queen f3, and after knight takes d6 that was played. I think Maghsoodloo found some good moves. I'm not really sure. I think he took on g3 here somewhere. But the major thing was that once this position was reached, it was already very okay for black, and Maghsoodloo somehow managed to hold this. He was low on time. Levon could not break in, but today it showed that Levon is trying to fight here, and so this is also a tough result for Maghsoodloo because people said he needed 5.5 out of 7 if he wanted to get the rating spot, but he's already on half out of 2. So it might not be easy for him to win 5 in a row to get that spot. Let's go to first this game of Hari Krishna. I really like this one because here Hari is playing with the black pieces and he is in some trouble. If you see, he's pawn down and this is getting tough. If rook a8 was played by pred k, Hari would have been in some real trouble, or even rook f8 for that matter. But he went rook c4, and here Hari showed this very nice idea. First a check, king came up and then he attacked the pawn again. Now the problem is you don't know how to defend it. If you push the pawn, suddenly the knight jumps here and this is trouble. Okay, so you go back, then you give a check. So he had to come up, king f3, and now knight g4 attacking the h2 pawn. So h3 was played, and now you can pause the video to try to find what did black do here. Hari took this very nice move, because if you take bishop takes, there is check and you lose the rook. So that's the reason why here after rook a3, king g2 was played, and now a tricky moment because rook is hanging and also the knight. But he had this move, rook a6, and after hg, rook takes d6, gh. Yes, he was a pawn down, but he managed to hold this to a draw, 3 versus 4. So Hari showing some good chess. He is one of the leaders of the tournament, 1.5 out of 2. And now for the only decisive game of the round, very interesting game, was between Sanan Sugirov playing with the black pieces against Pavel Eljanov. Eljanov beat Maghsoodloo yesterday, so he was looking to sort of extend his winning streak. Here this pawn is attacked. Now b5 can be played and white is doing fine. But he goes knight h4, Eljanov. And Sugirov takes this pawn, knight takes, pawn takes, and now after bishop f1, he brings his queen back. The knight jumps here. You can see the knight wants to get here, the bishop wants to come on c4, f7 is a bit weak. So Sugirov plays his knight to b6, knight goes to g5, queen e7, and now h4 was played. And this was a nice move, knight h7, trading this important knight, and you will see that slowly white's compensation is fizzling out. He's a pawn down. He needs to play carefully here. But b5 was played, not the best move. c5, queen c2, threatening h5. In came the move e4, blocking this diagonal. Here came queen d2, and now Sugirov put a very nice trap. He played this move queen e6, and Eljanov fell into it. He played queen d6. Already the position was tough, but the point was after take, this was the next nice move, c4. Knight is hanging, but after takes c3, this pawn is unstoppable. You can't stop it. And after this, he played this very cool move, rook c8. So how do you stop it? It's impossible with the bishop, so the rook had to be given up. And here, it felt like the position may not be so clear because this is pinned. He went king g2. I guess the best way to play for a win was to get the king like this somehow. You know, this would have been, I think, the way to continue. But he played g5. And after takes, he played king g6, attacking this pawn. But here, Eljanov found this very nice move, b6. And the point is, if you play rook b1, I play bishop c4, important move. And if you, because now this pawn is attacked, so you can't take here. And if you take this, I go bishop d5. This is hanging, so you play rook b4, and now I play king h3. And I just keep moving my king back and forth, and this is a beautiful position where this is attacked, and there is no way for black to make progress. So this would be a draw. And also remember that if you play a move like, let's say, something like this, and you reach such a position of 3 versus 2, it's a draw. It's not a win for black. So here, I thought Sanan was very, very smart. He was very alert. He did not play rook b1, allowing bishop c4. He went rook c6, and this was very important move. After b7, he found rook b6. And now the point is that after bishop c4, he can take, and after bishop d5, he can put his rook here, defending this, and now taking here, and it's winning. So that's the reason why here bishop a6 had to be played by Eljanov, but after king g5, this was already a winning position, and black went on to win quite easily. So in this way, Sugirov managed to join Hari Krishna in the lead with 1.5 out of 2. This tournament is getting exciting. No player is able to sort of run away with 2 out of 2 score. Gukesh is on 1, Aronian is on 1, Arjun is on half. We have, Maghsoodloo on half. So let's see what happens here. For now, this is getting very exciting. This was the round 2 recap of the Chennai Grand Masters 2023. For now, this is Sagar Shah signing off. Bye-bye.